Hello students, today I will talk on the topic linear programming problem. Linear programming problem. So in Maharashtra State Board 12th standard, we have this topic included in syllabus, as well as at graduate level also in so many universities. In optimization technique course, our students learn this topic. So in this period, I am going to teach this topic. What is the linear programming problem? It is, it is an optimization technique used in field of management, planning, production, transportation, assignment, etc. This technique, linear programming problem or optimization technique, is developed during the Second World War to optimize the utilization of limited resources to get the maximum returns. Means origin of this optimization technique course is nearly about 1944. It is used to maximize the profit in case of production and to minimize the cost while producing the products in companies. Linear programming problem is related with efficient use of limited resources like raw materials, manpower, availability of machine times, cost material, etc. Moreover, title of topic is linear programming. Linear word is too important here. We know that the line is linear, plane is linear surface. Equation of line in two variables is of type x plus by equal to c, where a or b not equal to 0. Equation of plane x plus by plus cz equal to d, where a, b or c not equal to 0. Means this topic is related with linear expressions. So you must know the knowledge of line, how to draw the lines, etc. You have studied line concept from 9th standard. You know how to draw lines, how to find intersection point of two lines by plotting graph, etc. I am not interested to revise that concepts here because our aim is to study linear programming problem. While studying that, I will explain how to draw line, how to find its solution, how to find solution of inequalities, etc. Then what is meant by solution region of two or more inequalities, etc. And again, as its applications are in field of production, therefore, I am interested to discuss this topic through example directly. Means you will get the idea how it is useful in production. So here I will take one example and through that we will explain all the terms. Suppose there is one company or we'll take example of a carpenter who is making chairs and tables. Example of carpenter. He prepares tables and chairs. Profit per chair is given to be profit per chair is given to be rupees 140. Per table, profit is given rupees 210. While he is producing tables and chairs, both products are going through three processes, that is three machines of assembling, finishing and polishing. Time required for each product in hours and availability of each machine is given in following table. So, in table we have given machine, assembling, then finishing and polishing. Chair and table. Available time in hours. 36 hours are available for assembling both the products. 50 hours are available for finishing for chairs and table, and 60 hours are available for production of chair and table. Now, it is also given that one chair requires 3 hours on assembling, while one table requires 3 hours for assembling. One chair requires 5 hours for finishing. One table requires 2 hours for finishing. One chair requires 2 hours for polishing, and one table requires 6 hours for polishing. Now here we have given profit per chair, profit per unit in rupees. For chair it is 140 and for table it is 210. So now here we have given this table. From this we will get idea that how this linear programming problem is useful in production of products. And our aim is to find number of tables and chairs to be produced so that that carpenter will get maximum profit by using his ability for assembling, ability for finishing, ability of hours for polishing, etc. That are the constraints to him. So in this problem, our aim is to find number of chairs to be produced and number of tables to be produced. This information is given for 1 unit. So 1 unit of chair require 3 hours for assembling, 1 unit of table require 3 hours for assembling, and total number of hours available for assembling is 36. So if a carpenter is producing X chairs and Y tables, then X chair require 3x hour on for assembling, Y number of tables require 3y hours for assembling. X and Y number of chairs and table will require 3x plus 3y hours, and he has maximum number of hours is 36, so he cannot use more than 36 hours. To produce that number of tables and chairs, he may require less number of hours. So from that, he will get corresponding inequality to be 3x plus 3y less equal 36. Similarly, one chair require 5 hours for finishing, one table require 2 hours for finishing. Therefore, x number of chairs, y number of chairs totally require 5x plus 2y hours, and available hours are 50. So, this sum cannot be more than 50. It is less equal 50. Means from this restriction, for this constraint, we will get inequality 5x plus 2y less equal 50. Similarly, for this polishing hours, we will get 2x plus 6y less equal 60. Now, one chair gives profit 140. So, x number of chairs will give profit 140x rupees. Similarly, y number of tables will give profit 210y rupees. So, x and y number of chairs and tables will give profit 140x plus 210y. What is carpenter's aim? To maximize this profit. So, we will denote this function by z say. And as carpenter wishes to maximize profit, so we'll put maximize here. We'll put maximize here. Now, carpenter is producing chair and table. Number of chairs, number of tables, never negative. Therefore, values of x and y must be greater or equal 0. Values of x and y must be greater or equal 0. So, what we will get from this? I can rewrite this problem as maximize of z is equal to 140x plus 210y. So, carpenter's aim is to maximize the profit. His objective is to maximize profit. Aim means his objective. So, this is known as objective function of LPP. Objective function. And due to the constraint of available time for processing, assembling, finishing, polishing, we are getting these inequalities subject to constraints, subject to constraint 3x plus 3y less equal 36, 5x plus 2y less equal 50, 2x plus 6y less equal 60. These are known as subject to constraints. These inequalities we are getting due to the available times. In some problems, if a given condition that suppose that number of product require minimum rupees for production of that x number of chair, y number of chair, that is given, minimum requirement. For that, it may require maximum. In that case, we will get greater equal type inequalities. So, and here, number of units of the products produced is always greater equal 0, x, y greater equal 0 value. These are called as non-negative restrictions. Non-negative restrictions. Now observe problem carefully. Here, this objective function 140x plus 210y, which is equal to z. It is linear expression in zxy. Degree of each variable x, y, z is 1. Therefore, it is linear. In these inequalities also, degree of each variable x, y is 1. Therefore, these are also linear inequalities. If I have equation here 3x plus 3y equal to 36, that represent line. Equation of line x plus by equal to c type. And that's why this such type of problem is known as linear programming problem. We have some program, in that program we are getting linear expressions, linear inequalities. That inequalities may not be always less equal or greater equal. By some condition that may be equalities. That may be equalities. So, in our state board example, you may have some examples. Only draw the solution region of 3x plus 3y is equal to 36. You know how to draw the line 3x plus 3y equal to 36. We know that to plot a line we require 2 points. 2 points generate. Through single point we can draw infinitely many lines, but through 2 points there exists only one line. So if I have equation ax plus by equal to c, where a or b not equal to 0, then it will present line. If this c not equal to 0, to find equation of line, we will find x-intercept of this line and y-intercept of that line. Means where that line cuts x-axis and where that line cuts y-axis. For computing x-intercept, just substitute y equal to 0, we will get x is equal to c by a, and then corresponding point on x-axis will be c by a comma 0. Similarly, putting y equal to 0, I will get by putting x equal to 0, I will get y equal to c upon b. Means 0 comma c by b lies on y-axis. And then I will connect that 2 points to represent this line. Once we get this line, then I will explain how to plot these inequalities while solving the example. Now you will say that if c is 0, then x plus by equal to 0 passes through origin. Origin is one point on that. To plot the line, we require one more point. Then what you have done in 9th standard to plot the line, you have computed 4-5 points. Like that, take any value of x and put that value x there and compute value of y and form the pair. Take that pair as one other point and draw the line passing through that other point and origin to get x plus by equal to 0 graph. You may have one more question that if I have only x is equal to 5 or x is equal to 5, then we know that x is equal to a represent a line which is parallel to y-axis, while y equal to b, x is equal to a is line parallel to y-axis and y equal to b line is parallel to x-axis. If you remember all these things, then it is not difficult to solve any example from linear programming problem. To learn this chapter, it is sufficient to solve 2 examples of type. One is maximization type objective function, other is minimization type function. So In our higher secondary level books, these examples occurs at the end, last exercise. In previous exercises, in first exercise, you have just example like plot the lines, inequalities, their regions. But through last examples, you can solve that examples also. So it is not necessary to solve that example separately. So now our aim is to solve this problem. Okay. Linear equations in two variables are able to draw by graph. We can represent linear equations in two variables by graph. So to solve such type of linear inequalities, we use graph. It is better to use graph paper to plot graphs of lines and then from that lines to draw the solution region of inequalities. Then you will get the correct solution. But here I will plot that lines on both just, so there may be variation. So due to that variation, it is difficult to read intersection point of that lines, etc. So my suggestion to the students is that always use graph paper to plot lines and then to draw the visible region of that inequalities, etc. Okay, now so one more thing is that here we have just taken one example in which that carpenter is producing only two products, tables and chairs. He may produce n number of products. Then we'll get here linear inequalities in that n variables, say x1, x2, x3, up to xn. In that case, we are unable to draw that equalities for more variables than 2 on plane. And so, graphical method is not useful to solve the linear programming problem containing more variables. In that case, we have other techniques which you will study at higher level in engineering or in computer sciences branches or in graduation level also. But at this level, we will only study linear programming problems in two variables. So our aim is to draw these inequalities now. Now we are not interested in this table. Okay. If table is not given, only problem is given, then you have to form such type of table first. That table is always useful to write that inequalities. That table is useful to draw that inequalities. So I am just using here 3 by 4 feet board, so it is difficult to keep every information on the board for you. So sorry for that. Okay. So what is our aim? We have to plot these inequalities, and for that we have to use corresponding equations of lines. So table for plotting graph. So we'll take serial number, then next column constraint, then corresponding equation, then x-intercept and y-intercept. So 1, 2, 3 inequalities we have here. 3x plus 3y less equal 36. Second one is 5x plus 2y less equal 50. Third one is 2x plus 6y less equal 60. Now corresponding equation 3x plus 3y equal to 36. 5x plus 2y is equal to 50. 2x plus 6y is equal to 60. For x-intercept, what I said, put y equal to 0. Then 3x is equal to 36. X is equal to 36 upon 3, that is 12. Similarly, y-intercept is 12. For second one, y equal to 0, 5x is 50, x is equal to 10. Y equal to 25. For this, 2x is equal to 60, keeping y 0, we'll get x is equal to 60 by 2, that is 30. And next one is 10. Is it clear? Now, we'll use this table to plot the graph. Means first we will plot these equalities as lines. Now here if you observe that all x-intercepts are positive. All y-intercepts are positive. There is no any negative intercept. So on graph paper I will take origin on the leftmost and downward side. If there are some negative intercepts on x-axis, y-axis, then looking towards that scaling, I have to take how much negative x-axis I require, how much y-axis I require, depending on you have to decide position of origin while plotting the graph. Now here, if you observe, I'll take 1 centimeter is equal to say 5 on both axes. So 5, then 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and so on. Now for first, x-intercept is 12, y-intercept is 12, 12, 12. So 10, here we have 5, so I will take point here, then 12 is here, and through this with help of scale draw the correct line. If there is mistake while plotting the line, then there may be. So I'll denote this by L1, or you can write equation also. 3x plus 3y is equal to 36. Okay, now we have this inequality. 3x plus 3y equal to 36. In plane, any line divides plane into two parts. If I draw a line on a plane, then it always divides plane into two parts. If it doesn't pass through origin, then we'll call region on origin side 0, 0 to be origin side region, and region on this side to be non-origin side region. So this line divides plane into two parts, origin side, non-origin side. Every point on this line satisfies this equation. Now if I put 0, 0 in this inequality, 3 into 0 plus 3 into 0, it is less than 36. So 36, 0 satisfies this inequality. If I put say 0, 5, 0, 5, I will get 0 plus 15 less than 36. This point is there. If I take here, say 1, 1 point is in this also. If I take 1, 1, 3 plus 3 less than 36. So you can observe that as just if you check one point on one side, if it satisfies that inequality, then every point on that side always satisfies that inequality. And if point you have chosen doesn't satisfy that inequality, then all points on that side doesn't satisfy that inequality, means complement of that other side must satisfy that inequality. So what is the solution region for this? As origin is satisfying this, so solution region for this inequality is this one on this origin side. So if line doesn't passes through origin, then always check region with help of origin only. If origin lies on that line, then you have to check other point lying on x-axis or y-axis to check whether that inequality is satisfied or not, and then you have to decide which side you have to consider for that inequality. You have to use this very carefully. So this is the reason for this inequality. So in previous exercises there will be only example, plot the inequality 3x plus 3y is equal 36. So it is nothing but this one. It is nothing but this one. Now for second one, I have for second line L2, x-intercept is 10 here, and next one is 25. 25 is here. If our spelling is correct, then we will get the correct graph. Otherwise, there may be some variation. But it may be correct. So this is my L2 line. L2, 5x plus 2y equal to 50. This line. And for that line, again 0, 0. 0 plus 0 less than 50 means this side region, origin side region again. Origin side region for that inequality. For next one, x-intercept is 30 and y-intercept is 10. So this is my L3 is 2x plus 3y, 6y is equal to 60. For this, again 0, 0. 0 plus 0 less than 60 means origin side region for this also. Okay. Now what is the common region? For this region is here, for this region is here, for this means this region. This side region is region for these three inequalities. For these three inequalities. Now additionally we have given conditions that x and y are greater or equal 0. X and y are greater or equal 0 in first quadrant only. That's why our region, common region for all inequalities is this. This is the common region. So for this region, this is known as feasible solution. Feasible solution region. Okay, now I will explain the terms related with linear programming problem. What is the solution region of inequality? Solution region of first inequality is just, this is my first line L1. So all points on this side is nothing but solution region for that inequality. For all those inequalities, solution region is nothing but this side. That is the solution region of this. And for feasible region, you have to use condition xy greater or equal 0. In feasible solution, values of variables may be negative, but in feasible solution region, values of variables x and y are always the negative values. And that's why feasible solution region always lies in first quadrant. That never takes points from second or third or fourth quadrant. So if x or y may be negative there, then you have to think about that region also. But as I have given here. So what is solution of LPP? Values of x and y satisfying just constant. That is solution of LPP. Solving satisfying conditions, inequalities and xy greater or equal 0, feasible solution. Feasible solution. So solution is superset of feasible solution. Solution is superset of feasible solution. And among feasible solution, the value of xy which optimizes this maximize Z function, which points in that feasible solution region gives us value of Z to be maximized. In case of minimization problem, it gives us minimize value. That point is called as optimum solution. Optimum solution of LPP. Optimum solution of LPP. So is it clear? What is definition of now solution of LPP? Values of x and y which satisfies only inequalities subject to the constraint is called as solution. Feasible solution is a solution which satisfies a subject to constraint as well as non-negative restriction. Values of xy must be greater than equal to 0. And among feasible solution, which value of xy gives us maximize z value or minimize z value, that solution is known as optimum solution of LPP, which optimizes the objective function. So this optimum solution, it may contain just single point, it may contain infinitely many points, it may not contain any point. Suppose I have one inequality that is giving this region here and other inequality gives this region here. Two inequalities are given. For one inequality region is here, for other is here, and xy are greater than equal 0. So there is no intersection part in that region. Means in that case we will not get solution region. So solution region is empty set there. Solution region is empty. Again, now there is one result that feasible solution region of linear programming problem is always convex set in plane. What is meant by convex set in plane? Convex set in plane is nothing but a region in which if you connect any two points by a line segment and if that line completely lies in that, then that type of region is known as convex region. Now here if I take any two point and if I connect that one by line segment, that lies there, but if I take region like this region, and if I connect this one, these 2 points, there exists pair of 2 points for which line segment lies outside of that region. So this is not convex region. Your quadrilateral region, the region lying in hexagon, pentagon, triangle or circle, all that elliptical region, all that are convex regions. So that definition come in your chapter, but I decided to explain that only through example. So I avoided firstly definition, only through example I decided to explain all the topics. Now our aim is to find optimum solution of LPP. You got the feasible solution region now. Our aim is to draw feasible region. So there is one result. Optimum solution of LPP for two variable problem is always attained at corner points of one of the corner point of feasible solution region. So if this is O, this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D point, then maximize Z is attained at either 0 or A or B or C or D. Okay, so in graph O, A, B, C, D, O is feasible solution region. Feasible solution region, where O is 0, 0, A from only as it lies on x-axis, so its x coordinate is 10, 10, 0. B is intersection point of your this L2 and L1. Intersection point of L1 and this is your L2, this is L1. So we have to solve that two equations. C is intersection point C is intersection point, and D is again lies on y-axis, and it is nothing but 10 here on y-axis, so it is 0, 10. C is intersection point of C. This is your L3, yes, and this is your which line? First one, L1 and L3. L1, L3 and L1. So now solving here for L1 and L2, 3x plus 3y, 36, 5x plus 2y is 50. Solving these two equations simultaneously, or by Cramer's rule method or by matrix method, whatever method you like, solve that two equations and find the values of x, y on your own. Then I will get value of b after solving 10 by 26 by 3, 10 by 3, and C to be 3, 9. It is intersection point of L1 and L3. You have to just solve corresponding equations. L1, L3. L1, L3. Okay. L1 and L3. Solve that. For B, for C, we'll get this. Now whether 3, 9 is correct or not, I have solved that two equations and I am writing that answer here. So 3, 9 is solution of L1 and L3. So in L3 I put that what I am getting here, 3 into 2, 6 plus 6 into 9, 54. 54 plus 6 is 60, and it is intersection point of L1. L1 is first one, 3x plus 3y. If I put here 3, 9, 3 3s are 9 plus 27, 36. On same line, verify that 26 by 3, 10 by 3 is correct solution of B or not. B or not. You have to just solve that equation simultaneously by any technique. There is no any restriction. Till now you have studied how to solve two equations in 9th standard. Then you have studied how to use Cramer's rule to solve system of two equations in 2 unknowns, 3 equations, 3 unknowns, or matrix inversion method. You can apply any technique to find solution sets of that. Okay, so I got this now. Now I will prepare the table. Computation of Z. What is my Z? 140x plus 210y. After computing points, I will write this in line, and then after that I will prepare the table for computation of Z separately. If at 0, Z at 0 is 0. Z at A, 140 into 10, that is 1400. Z at B, put that values and check your calculations. You will get value to be a 1580. Z at C will get 2320. 2320, and D 2100. So I have computed these values. So this ZC is your maximum. ZC is your maximum value. So I am not interested in these inequalities now. Max from table, maximum Z is equal to 200 rupees 2320. So from this table, maximized Z is rupees 2320. Number of chairs produced is X equal to 3. Number of tables produced is Y equal to 9 to get this profit. So, and we are getting just unique solution for this problem. It may happen that in some examples, Z value is same for two different points. Maximize of Z will attain at two distinct points. Suppose that maximize of Z is attained at B and C for this example. Then that problem has two solutions as well as every point on this line segment gives us same value of Z, and therefore that problem has infinitely many solutions. It may happen that given problem has no solution. I have just explained while solving the example. If I get two inequalities in such a way that their solution region lies opposite sides that doesn't intersect in first quadrant, then that linear programming problem has no feasible solution region. If there is no feasible solution region, there is no solution for that linear programming problem. So there is case unique solution, infinitely many solutions, no solution case. So we have to take some examples in which there are infinitely many solutions, there is no solution case. We'll study that examples in next lecture. Thanks. We'll stop here.